Guys, this is Valenic Twine channel focused mainly on real-time strategy games we like. This time we are going to repeat a topic we already presented here before. We want to focus again on playing the WH40k Soulstorm Imperial Guard faction, this time against insane level of computer opponent. Why? Because I believe I made some progress in understanding this game, and so I plan to make an improved tutorial. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a bit more sound. Don't be fooled, I still don't have the courage to face human opponents regularly, but at least I'm facing insane AI, at least on the maps which are human friendly, and you can do the same. So which map to choose? Of course, Deadman's Crossing. This map is so pleasant because it has a nice natural layout, that means grass and trees and water and no hellish lava content. And also there's only one way from enemy base to your base. This saves a lot of your attention resources. And which enemy to choose? Let's try Chaos, because computer Chaos is quite strong. By the way, I discussed this with Starcraft 2 Grandmaster and famous coach Felipe Bombs, who just tried this game, and his opinion is that strong computers are the Tau Empire, Chaos and the Orcs. So you can see, we still have some honor, and we are facing worthy opponents this time. Well, we are starting with standard Imperial Guard opening, which means queue of guardsmen, builder and guardsman. Our first builder makes infantry commands, so we can prepare the command squad just after. Both builders will finish first plasma generator immediately after infantry command, so our command squad can be reinforced on time by priest for enhanced mobility and damage buff, and psyker for useful spells. We also want to build one commissar out of the headquarters early to attach it to one of the guardsmen squads to make it more courageous and not so paper thin. Commissar helps with hit point regeneration also. Well, this game is a lot about attacking quickly. That means climbing the tier system, upgrading your castle. This will boost you on the power curve, because second tier unlocks more spells for the command squad, more guardsmen squad members, commissar execute ability and so on. But beware, computer is going to produce quite a lot of units on the first tier, and we don't want to be pushed backwards early, right the opposite. Our strategy here is to win more map control early, in fact to steal opponents' outer strategic points. So we are committing a lot into early pressure. That means we will invest a lot into guardsman armament, and we plan to place tactical building early to equip our guardsmen with grenade launchers and sergeants. If we are successful with this push, I'm just planning to hold a position with some defensive structures and reinforce my defenders, because we are going to have a lot of requisition resources. I will stiffen the defenders with heavy weapons team, which costs mainly requisition. If we are able to do it right, we are going to win the game because of the area control victory, which is triggered after 8 minutes if we control more than 2/3 of the strategic points on the map. As I mentioned earlier, our attacking is a bit delayed in this case because we are committed a lot on the first tier, and in fact we want to finish the game when holding the position with mainly tier 2 army.
Imperial Guard, would you have me do? Sir, yes, sir. What would you have me do? Will only take me a moment. Sir, yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Will only take me a moment. Will only take me a moment.
Imperial Guard army is solid in the second tier. We are going to produce a Ministrorum Temple Addon to be able to make up to 3 priests to attach them to the guardsmen squads. Priests are great squad leaders because they provide passive mobility buff and significant damage boost buff for the squad they are attached to. In general, it is much more useful to invest the resources into 2 up to 4 guardsmen squads and to their squad leaders, mainly priests, because you just need 1 commissar execute for all the army because of its great range of 30 and short cooldown. It is much stronger to make squad leaders than, for example, to make additional guardsmen squads without leaders. That would be a real rookie mistake. Of course, we want to make mechanized command soon, on the 2nd year also, to add the sentinel depot early, so we have more mobile anti-vehicle force. We are planning to construct also another infantry command to raise our infantry population limit. The other factions have this option just at their headquarters, but Imperial Guard is more traditional, and they have to make more infantry commands to make maximum infantry populations. Of course, we are making at our advanced position, so we can use this building also as a fortification to make it harder for enemies to reach our quite fragile troops behind the line of obstacles. We are also putting a chimera there in the way, so this armored vehicle also serves as the blocker. On this map, there is a slag deposit I didn't use. Slag deposit offers possibility to build a stronger version of the plasma generator, allowing you to mine plus 40 plasma. This is a great combination with a relic and full-scale war upgrade inside mechanized command, unlocking Lyman Rust tank depots and Mars pattern building for Baneblade relic unit. This is a huge tank, considered one of the very best relic units in the game. But the condition to make it is at first to control a relic point, which we skipped here to make it simple. Instead, I was trying at least to improve my tier 2 economy with both globals, requisition global within the listening post and power global within the power generator. First, requisition global improves requisition mining rate by 20% and power global improves power economy by 33%. I focus on making Kazakin quarters usually after reaching tier 3, which is in general a sound plan to raise your overall army strength. Tier 3 also provides fanaticism ability for the priest, which is super useful because it grants 10 seconds of invulnerability for the squad the priest is attached to. It is super frustrating for the enemy to face such a fanatical squad, isn't it? Back to the game. So what did we achieve until now? We were able to kick the enemy units out of their patrol of their outer strategic points position, and we were able to build a turret there. Now we are trying to capture these points ourselves and hold this crucial advance area very tight. As you can notice, I made maximum amounts of builders this time. All 3 builders are ready, so I can fortify the advanced position with 1 builder and I can still construct something at home. We won the battle versus enemy Chaos Marines because we had already our grenade launchers ready, so we were able to do a lot damage from longer range. Let's say our guardsmen evolve into a type of semi-artillery unit because of grenade launchers. We are also upgrading them inside the Tactica. Battle armor is the first choice there. Then satellite targeting resolution is usually a priority and weapon specialization will follow to raise their overall combat efficiency with more heavy weapons. After mentioned upgrades, I usually plan to finish remaining moral Tactica upgrades. You can see the strategy is tailored versus the computer. 3 builders are not meta play so early. Against a skilled human player, you should not expect to take listening post on his half of the map so easily as here versus the insane computer. In general, you are attacking quicker versus human players than here versus the computer. But even though this strategy is not the best anti-human strategy, it is a very safe approach versus insane AI. We will be able to reach a position in which computer's brute strength army is going to be quite useless and confused. By the way, many experienced players will probably say that it is easy to beat insane computer, but this is not so true for an intermediate real-time strategy player. It is probably quite easy for an experienced Soulstorm player. You should also know that experienced players consider defeating insane computer as a prerequisite for serious playing versus human players. Of course, I am still not defeating the computer so much fair and square here, because I am relying on this specific map layout. It is more of a challenge on more open maps like Battle Marshes or Blood River. Anyway, this 3 guardsman squads push can be pretty reliable versus the insane computer. As you can see, our advanced position is well protected. It might be a good idea to put basilisk artillery guns behind it to be able to shoot enemy positions from a safe distance with the help of headquarters scanner. But it is more of a priority to make it impenetrable and to be sure to have at least one less cannon heavy weapons team safely sieged there. Turrets at the front are upgraded into missile turrets also to be more threatening against vehicles.
What would you have me do? Are you ready to die? What would you have me do? What would you have me do?
Our guardsmen will be able to cause heavy losses on enemy infantry units, and heavy weapons team with less cannon, sentinel and missile turrets are against vehicles. Of course, it is also good to use command squad spell Curse of Machine Spirits in such a case. I'm also focused on making Kasserkin quarters after reaching tier 3, which is in general a sound plan to raise your overall army strength. Tier 3 also provides fanaticism ability for the priest, which is super useful because it grants 10 seconds of invulnerability for the squad the priest is attached to. It is very unpleasant for the enemy to face such an invulnerable squad, isn't it? Because the squad will just stand in their fire eating heads, and the rest of the army can deal damage if the opponent is not careful. At the end, we can see that the opponent tries to break our defensive position, but it is hard for them to maneuver in such a way to hit something effectively. Enemy Defiler Walker mechs are a great universal unit, combining many roles like solid anti-vehicle and anti-infantry mixed with artillery, but they are not specialized in any of them, and they are hunted by our sentinel and less cannon fire. Then our guardsmen are able to proceed and use their long-range grenade launchers to hit enemy infantry from afar. So we are able to hold our ground and even push further. Well, if you want to beat insane computer reliably, you should learn how to apply constant pressure. At least this is an approach Starcraft 2 coach Felipe Bombs Prado utilizes when playing versus insane AI in Soulstorm. This time we didn't apply this approach because we wanted to use something easier to execute, which is not shattering our attention resources. You can try this safe approach I'm showing here, and then you can try to challenge yourself more, for example with continuous push against enemy base. that can help you with creating useful habits. What to say about statistics in the end? It shows we are able to defeat a computer, especially on the military level. We were able to push more value out of our units. It seems Imperial Guard army is very strong when in position, plus it has great defensive capabilities. These are the strong points I tried to utilize in this strategy versus insane chaos computer. Hope you enjoyed. Don't be shy to comment. Have a great day.